Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over yet again another event that's going to be introducing even more Dynamax Pokemon. We're going to be seeing 3 new ones this time around. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that, and then we are also going to be seeing a new 3-star Dynamax introduced. We're going to go over potential counters that you could be using and maybe particular Dynamax Pokemon that you want to power up. So in this video, let's go ahead and talk about it. I understand the sentiment around the Dynamax raids has been a little bit lower than anticipated. I mean, I think there's a lot of people out here that are enjoying it. They're just not vocalizing that they do, more so that the people that do not are being more vocal. So it just seems like it's just not a well-received new update, but I kind of like it. It's just a very slow start. Also, there's a little bit of uncertainty as to how the Gigantamax Pokemon are going to work, because we're sitting here, say for instance, you get yourself a, I don't know, say if you're lucky enough to get a Shundo Charmander from the Dynamax raid. You max it out, we get the Gigantamax, which is going to be a whole nother form, and then once we receive those Gigantamax Pokemon, you're going to have to catch them and then do it all over again. It's a very tedious and resource consuming new feature that they have added. Now on the flip side, if they do add these Gigantamax and you can use your Dynamax to Gigantamax, that's a whole nother story. But we'll get more into that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and talk about this event here. If you can hit that like button, that'd be much appreciated. So this event is going to be going down October 1st at 6 a.m. until October 31st at 9 p.m. All right, so starting October 1st, more Pokemon originally discovered in the Galar region will be at the power stops. All right, so what are we going to be seeing here? Dynamax debuts. We have Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble in the 1-star. Those are going to be as easy as Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. So you're not going to really have to power, have to power anything up for those. Okay, it's as simple as that. But on the flip side, Falinks, which can also be shiny. And it's funny because when you take a step back to see exactly what is going on here, they had that Falinks raid day to just, stifle a little bit more money from us while having a new shiny introduced for us to hunt and, spend, because they're going to introduce it into the Dynamax later, but hold everything. We can't just throw it into the game. We're going to have to, cash out on this new shiny before we introduce it to them. So there's that, and it is going to be in the 3-star Dynamax. So it's going to be like Beldum. All right, Beldum is pretty difficult. It's not the fact that it's the fact that you'll just run out of Pokemon if you don't have anything particularly ready to go for it. We have already been over exactly what you need to do. You can make 3 Charizards. You don't have to power anything up. All you need is fire moves, and you don't even need to use an Elite TM for Blast Burn. You can just go with Overheats, no problem at all. All right, but when it comes to Falinks here, we're going to go over counters here in a minute. Let's just continue on. The 3-star battles are going to be Falinks, all right? So remember, it's going to be a little bit difficult, and we'll go over those counters here. And then, of course, in the web store, you are going to see a bundle for $7.99 that is going to contain some max particles, 4,800 to be exact. And that is pretty good. I'll probably purchase it. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about counters. I'm going to go ahead and start this video right now. So taking a look at my collection, I have this Charizard. Every feature on it is maxed out. Max Flare, Max Defense, Max Health, and I am going to be powering it up a little bit more. It is a 15, 15, 14, and I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do any more Charmanders. I have this Metagross here, and I am going to set up the Psychic moves, okay? So let's go ahead and go over counters for Falinks here. So it is going to be week 2. What we currently have right now, we have Charizard with flying moves, and then, well, at least not for the charge move, just for its quick move. And then we do have Metagross for psychic moves, because it is going to be a fighting type for the Falinks. So what you can do is simply get your Beldums and evolve them. You don't need to power them up. No, just put Zen Headbutt and Psychic on them. And I think that should be enough. Kind of like using the Charizards to go up against Beldum. You may have to power them up a little bit, but don't do it right now. Wait until it's out. I'm just giving you a little bit of a heads up. Take the 3 best Beldums that you do have, and you don't need to evolve them now because this event doesn't start for a couple more days, so maybe you can do a few more of those Beldums to get a better one. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to take one of the best ones that I currently do have, evolve it all the way up, power it up just a little bit, and max out its max attack. So I can just do that much more damage, because honestly, I don't like sitting there at the raids just tapping. I don't mind it. I like the difficulty. I just feel like if I can force it to be a little bit faster, then I will, so I'm going to invest in that. So as you can see, my 3 top, I do have that Metagross. I have another Metagross, which I'm not going to power up whatsoever. I'm just going to put Zen Headbutt and Psychic on it, and I'm not even going to touch its max upgrades. I'm just going to leave it alone. But for the other one, I will max it out. A little bit steep. I'm going to use a max particle in my bag, as you can see right here, so we can go above and beyond. We're sitting at 1530, and now I'm going to go ahead and invest in that. If you're thinking to yourself, why are you doing this? Because this is my job and I don't care. I have all these resources and I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just showing you what I'm doing and giving you an alternative way to actually go about this as well without having to invest the way I'm doing too. Okay? All right. So it's looking pretty good here. We're going to go ahead and power it up to 3057. I want my Charizard to be the top Dynamax, so I'm going to power it up a couple more times here, investing those XL candies now. That's okay, because like I said, I'm going to continuously power these things up as these raids progressively get harder for us here. So we're looking pretty good, and I think I'm set up here. So I'm not going to make 3 Metagross, because what I'm going to do with my Charizard, it does have Air Slash and the other flying move. There's one legacy and there's one non-legacy. I'm going to go with the non-legacy quick flying move on Charizard. We'll look at that here in a second. And just start off with that. And I'm just going to hit it with Blast Burn. Still going to do a lot of damage, right? There is no time limit, so you don't have to worry. And I'm sure my Metagross that's powered up with max attack when a Dynamax, as well as the other Metagross that I did evolve into with the psychic moves, will be plenty enough to take out that Falinks. I'm giving you a heads up because a lot of people got taken by surprise by the 3-star Beldum raids on how, I don't know if I want to call it difficult, time consuming, and just slow wear down, right? Slow wear down, what I mean by that is how it just will take out your team slowly but surely, and you're just not doing enough damage, right? Again, 3 Charizards, all fire moves. You don't need to power them up. You'll be looking good. The only thing you're investing in is the candy. It's not that big a deal. And again, to get that Dynamax bonus, you just swipe to the left or to the right over it, and you'll be able to collect extra energy to Dynamax faster. As you can see, my Charizard is doing a hell of a lot of damage here, and I'm really loving it. And then that's pretty much what we're going to be going over here, all right? So if you did enjoy those tips, if you can get a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated here. And I'm not really excited. Let's think about this, though. I'm going to do Falinks raids simply for the challenge, and I have the power to Pokemon, okay? But I'm not going to go around and find them like Beldum, okay? What's the point? We just had a raid day. Sure, I'll get a Dynamax, one of those things, Falinks, whatever. Let's take a step back and think about this, though. What is it going to be good for in the future? Well, up against, I mean, Ice, you have Charizard for that. Okay, Rock, you have Venusaur for that, and Blastoise. Okay, Steel type, Charizard for that. So what's Falinks doing for us here exactly? Nothing. Okay, it's a slow rollout to abstract more money and to kind of get you used to what you're going to be seeing when they do throw in harder Pokemon in the future, okay? So just want to make sure you're aware of everything at every angle here, be as clear as possible so you are not going to be blindsided by this, all right? And one more thing in closing here. I know I keep bringing this up, but I'm going to bring it up again for the people who haven't seen my other videos, because YouTube is not pushing my notifications to you all because, well, this platform is just the best, right? So when it comes down to these, again, you should slowly invest, okay? If you get a 100% and you feel happy enough to power it up to max, then you do what you got to do. But kind of pay attention to your XL candies, because if we get the Gigantamax and we'll have to do it all over again without being able to Gigantamax the Dynamax Pokemon that we currently do have, then that's a whole nother set of resources that you have to run through, and you could have potentially used all those XL candies on the Dynamax and when you could have invested in the Gigantamax. So I don't know how it's going to work. We'll just cross our fingers that it'll allow us to do that with the current Pokemon that we do have. But then there's another flip side on this thing in closing, final one here. And that is going to be the fact that going up against these Gigantamax Pokemon, it's going to be insane. You're going to have the group of people. You're just going to have to. Going up against these 3-star raids, I'm not going to say it's very difficult. It's very time consuming. You have to have powered up things. I could only imagine a 4-star, a 5-star Gigantamax or Dynamax. Once we get Gigantamax, that's going to be a whole nother level. But the current Pokemon that we do have right now that we're getting from the Dynamax raids are going to probably be utilized to attack the Gigantamax. So at the end of the day, they created a very well knitted new money stifling system for Pokemon Go, and it is very tedious, okay, I have to say. And the more I think about it, the more it kind of frustrates me, only as if they would let more details out as to how it would work to alleviate some of those feelings that we do have on should I power this up or should I not. But we'll just have to wait and see. It is Niantic. They like to release an update. This event's happening, yeah, check it out, and then they'll like to release the other details that were most crucial and key at a later point in time, like a day later. It's like, okay, I get what you're doing. You're trying to keep us on edge. You want us to keep coming back to look and see what's going on, but it's really annoying and it's starting to get very old. Anyways, if you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.